You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to survive postpartum. There are no like nasty ingredients. A lot of women say that is comforting, so relieving. I didn't find it to be that way. My name's Aaliyah Colgan, and I just had our little baby girl in the comfort of our own home 9 weeks ago today. She was 9 pounds, 10 ounces, born vaginally. And I wanted to share what I actually used postpartum. Like the first week, like what I actually used. I know a lot of people post like a list of 20 things. I didn't need 20 things. Like I think I used 6, and I have this as a top 5. I'll throw in the 6 as a bonus, but I really didn't use anything besides these. And I thought it would be valuable to everyone out there to know that like, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to survive postpartum. That being said, let's jump into it. Pad sickles. I know you've heard of this. Me personally, I did not love the cold compress. What I did was I got the Ellis for Love pads from Target. They're like the organic cotton, and I got the overnight ones, so they're super long. And I bought this stuff called Postpartum Soothe, and it is an herb mixture as like comfrey leaf, uva ursi, witch hazel, and calendula, I think. I should have looked before I started this video, but I didn't. So you just make up this tea and you let it steep for a couple hours. And then once it's cooled, you put it in a little like Perry bottle, and then you spray it on the pad, and then you freeze it until postpartum. I didn't love the cold, like super cold compress on my bits. I didn't love it. A lot of women say that is, so comforting, so relieving. I didn't find it to be that way. Everyone is different. I would actually end up setting out a couple on the counter and let them thaw. And then I would put the pad on because like it was like cool, but it wasn't frozen. Like that's when it was the most comfortable. And then the herbs could do their antimicrobial thing and like naturally heal my bits. You also can make your own recipe. There's loads of them on Pinterest. You can just get a pad and only freeze witch hazel. You can do like some type of essential oil. You could do aloe vera. It doesn't have to be a whole thing. Just do what you think would be the most comfortable for you, or make a variety. That being said, staying on the vagina comfort train. So my sister-in-law recommended the Mother's Love Sitz bath, and it's in a little spray bottle, glass spray bottle. You spray it on your bits, but kind of like as you're pulling up your pad, and it just adds up extra relief, which is really nice. And what's also great about it is there are no like nasty ingredients. So for me, preparing for postpartum, I didn't know if there would be open wounds down there. There could be. It's very common. There was. So I didn't want to put any chemicals down there. I didn't want to use the Dermablast because it's like the ingredients aren't super great, and I'm an ingredient hoe, so I didn't like what was in it. Mother's Love is a organic herbal tincture basically that you can spray on your lady bits and is really soothing and calming. So loved that. Moving on from the lady bits, let's move to boobs. Well, those are also lady bits, but the Haakaa. I know people say like, oh, get a Haakaa, but like get a Haakaa. It is the bee's knees. During that first week, like your body doesn't know how much milk to produce, for me personally. And so it was just producing a lot. / I encourage that to happen, meaning if Leo would nurse on the left side, I would hook the Haakaa to the right, and it would not only catch the less letdown, but because it's like suctioning to your boob, it is encouraging more letdown than what actually would come out. And so I would get like 1 to 2 ounces on the alternate boob, and then I would just store it. And so within the first month, I had like a really decent supply stored up in the freezer. So get a Haakaa, but get the one with the lid, because I didn't know that was a thing. I wish I would have had that the first week, but I didn't. And I actually just ordered one a couple weeks ago because I was Haakaaing at church, because I still do that to this day. I'm 9 weeks postpartum, and I still, every time I nurse, put a Haakaa on so that I can catch stuff, because sometimes I don't always have the time to pump, but I still want to build up that supply or donate milk. Next is Mama Earth Nipple Cream. I get the organic one. Actually, a friend gifted it to me at my baby shower, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'll need it. It's really nice because like I have been fortunate and I haven't experienced any cracked nipples. It's nice to just put something soothing on it because you're getting way more activity. Like with a newborn, like every hour they're wanting to nurse because they're just trying to figure it out, and their stomachs are so small. And so before I gave birth, I took a lactation and breastfeeding course as the instructor was teaching us. And she said an awake baby is a hungry baby. So every time she was awake, and before I would even let her get to the point of crying or showing like rooting, I would just offer her my boob, and she would nurse even just for like 5 minutes. And truly, she has been the coolest, chillest. She sleeps great baby. And because it's organic and the ingredients are clean, like you can put it all over your boob and you don't need to wipe it off before you nurse your baby. Because like a lot of lotions and stuff, if you were to put it on your boob, like you should maybe question like putting your kid to the boob. Some of those ingredients are real sketch. You should use the EWG app on some of your stuff and see how nasty things are. And finally, there's this multi-pack nursing bra set from Amazon that I ordered last minute because a friend was like, hey, these are on Amazon sale. I bought them and didn't realize how much I'm still using them. Am I wearing one? No, but I was wearing one before I started filming, and it is awesome to have in those early stages. If like you leak all over one, whatever, take it off, put another one on, and then throw it in the wash. Like I never ran out of bras. So that was really awesome. And obviously number 6 is a peri bottle. When you pee, it kind of burns when you pee for a little while, especially if you have any abrasions, so that the urine doesn't sting your wounds. And so you just kind of like dilute it with the warm water. Personally, I was fine with the one that came in our home birth kit. It's just like the simple one, not the angled. The angle one actually I wasn't that big of a fan of it. So I hope you have a wonderful postpartum experience and that was helpful for you. If you have found something that was super great during your postpartum, that was a game changer, let me know.